Are you waiting for breast cancer results? The scans, the biopsies, the waiting to hear the words like stage, type, and prognosis. This in-between season can feel very terrifying, like life is moving around you while yours stands completely still. In this episode, we're talking about how do you stay grounded while waiting for answers? How do you protect your peace? And why this part of the journey won't last forever. Are you scared of leaving your children behind after a breast cancer diagnosis? Are you carrying fear, exhaustion, and that mom guilt while still pushing through every day? If you're tired of holding all of that and want simple ways to support your children and feel held in your journey and move through each day with a little more strength, you're in the right place. Hey, I'm Priska. I'm a mom of two, a woman of faith, and a breast cancer survivor. As a mom, I tried to carry it all alone, but I was never meant to. So I created this space for us. Come sit with me. You don't have to do this alone. So go grab your cup of tea. Yes, that cold cup of tea. I know you've heated it thrice already. And let's get started. Hey friend, before we get started today, I just want to say I'm really proud of you for showing up for yourself today. I know life can feel really heavy sometimes, so the fact that you pressed play, it means more than you know. And if you know someone who's going through a breast cancer diagnosis who might need to hear this episode, please do share it with them. Sometimes a simple message saying, I thought of you when I heard this, can make someone feel a little less alone. And if this podcast has helped you or encouraged you in any way, please leave a written review too. I truly love hearing from you. And your reviews, they help other moms find this podcast. So let's get started. Hey friend, I don't know where you're listening from today. Maybe you're driving, or maybe you're sitting somewhere quiet and you're in that space right now, the waiting. You're waiting for results, you're waiting for answers, and you're waiting to hear words like stage, type, prognosis. And this part, this in between, is one of the hardest parts you can be on your breast cancer journey. Because life looks like it's still moving on the outside to everyone's eye, but on your inside, everything feels like it's standing still. And if you're right here now, you're waiting to understand what your breast cancer prognosis is and what that means for you, I want to sit with you in this moment because I remember it so clearly. It wasn't just one appointment, it was many. It started with the ultrasound, then more scans, CT scans, bone scans, MRI. And I remember one day lying in one of those machines and being told not to move for 30 minutes. And thinking, is this really happening? And there's even a word for it, scanxiety. And it's a real deal because it's not just the scans, it's the waiting after. Because what are they going to show? What are the results? Then there's the biopsies, the needles, the big needles, me and my love for needles. And then there's more waiting. And every time I kept thinking, okay, I'm done. This part is done. Because I've never walked through this journey. So every time you think you're done and you're told, no, it's not. Because there's something else that needs to be done. And then there's the waiting. They're waiting for the results. You're waiting for that phone call. And when I think of that day, the doctor told me it was cancer and I thought that was it. I realized it wasn't because there would be more wait, there would be more tests so that they could understand the stage, the receptors, the type, And when all of it was done, I remember hearing words like IDC, stage 3, triple negative. And honestly, half the time I didn't even fully understand what they meant. Because in my understanding, breast cancer was breast cancer. Like, you have breast cancer, you go for treatment, and you come out wearing pink. I don't know why that was what I thought. And so all these other things didn't make sense to me. And there were moments I just zoned out, and I'm really grateful I had my husband there with me, asking the questions, taking it in, because I couldn't. And finally, at the end of the wait, I'm told, well, there's been a meeting, a big meeting, all the doctors, all the care team, your care team, they've reviewed everything and they've come up with a plan. And that's when things started to shift. Now there was a treatment plan and I could actively do something about it. But before that moment, there was this long stretch of wait. And if I'm really honest, when you're in that waiting, it doesn't feel like a few weeks. I reckon it was just a month. But it felt so long. It felt heavy. It felt endless. But I want you to hear from me, because I'm sitting on the other side and I want to tell you that this part does pass. And when the plan comes, it gets easier to carry, because now you know what you're facing and you can deal with it. One of the most helpful things a doctor said to me during this time was, this just didn't grow in a month. And that grounded me, because I was desperate to start treatment. I wanted it gone. But what he was really saying was, they need time. Time to get it right, time to understand it fully, so they can understand it properly. And that requires patience. Not easy patience, I tell you, but necessary patience. So if you're in that space waiting right now, I want to take you through a few strategies of how you can get through it. Not perfectly, but one step at a time. So strategy number 1, stay in the present moment, because your mind will try to run ahead to the fear, to the worst case scenarios. But right now you don't have all the answers. So just sit in today. I remember looking at my journal that I wrote, and it was just a step at a time. That's all you need. Not even a day at a time, a step at a time. So stay present in the moment with all you know. Tip number 2, be very careful what you read, what you consume. I'm talking about Dr. Google here. I made a decision very early on not to Google anything, because I did try the first days and it scared me, and I tell you, I thought I was dying the next day. And so I made that decision that I will not Google, because Dr. Google was not right. Dr. Google will take me to the darkest places because they don't have my context, they don't have my full picture. So instead, I chose to trust my doctors, and I made sure to bring someone with me to my appointments, because there were moments I couldn't even process what was being said. And so that takes me to tip number 3. You don't have to do this alone. Don't do this alone. It is very important to have someone with you. You can go with a partner, a friend, because sometimes when your mind shuts down, your friend, your partner, your spouse, they can listen. They can ask the questions for you. They can remember what you can't. And I also want to speak to you if you're listening and thinking, I don't have someone to take with me. Yeah, I see you. You still don't have to do this alone. Talk to your care team. They may be able to connect you with volunteers who can sit with you during your appointments. You can also reach out to your church or your workplace or someone within your community. Sometimes help comes from the most unexpected places. I found that in my journey. People showed up in ways I never imagined, people I never expected, and they went over and beyond. And it's for small things, big things. And so I truly believe this for you. God has people assigned to walk with you. You've got angels for your journey, and sometimes all you need is to ask, pray, and believe, and help will come. And if you're listening to this right now and you need someone to talk to, you can reach out to me too. Because maybe, just maybe, this is why I went through this 5 years ago. So that today, you would not have to feel alone. Because you're not. So reach out, find someone. Don't do this alone. Number 4, protect your mental energy. This is a season that is emotionally exhausting. You have to be really intentional of what you let go into your mind, of what you let into your brain. So let go of anything that adds unnecessary stress. And you'll come to realize that some of the things we worry about, we never needed. They are so minimal in the grand scheme of things. So just let them go. You don't have to carry everything. Just let them go. Look after yourself. Be intentional with what you let in. This is one thing that I wish I would have done a bit more. Try to eat. Try to rest. Because you need to prepare your body for what is ahead. In hindsight, if I could do this again, I'd try to eat better. Because your journey is going to have to deal with a few hard things, especially if you're going to have to take chemo. So eat healthy, prepare it so that it's ready. It's got, enough shock absorbers for what's ahead. So even in the uncertainty, try to eat, rest, do some exercises, and just feed your body to get it ready for what's ahead. I'll give you another tip that really helped me. And you can find what suits you. Mine was journaling. I journaled my thoughts. I journaled my day. I journaled everything. Because it helped me so much to download the fear, the confusion, the unknown. Every time I wrote it down, I felt like I had unloaded it because I didn't have to carry it all inside. And it's been really helpful to go back to that journal and see the things I worried about and actually acknowledge how far God has brought me and how much He has provided me. So if you're able to journal, get a book, get a notepad, write it down. It will do a lot good. And when you reflect, like I'm doing now, you'll realize how God carried you. And that gives me this really important tip. Find something to anchor yourself in while you're going through this. For mine, it was anchoring myself in faith. I believed and I knew, and I told God, you're going to get me to see my children grow up. I will see my grandchildren. And I had so much faith. And I believe that faith has kept me going. So anchor yourself in faith. Anchor yourself in faith. And every time I look at that journal, I kept saying, God, send me the right people when I need them. And He did. He gave me the right doctors, the right nurses, the right support of friends and family. So if you have faith, lean into it. Lean into it. This is your strength. You're not walking into this alone. Even when things seem so hard, lean on your faith. One final one. Advocate for yourself. You're not a number. You're not a statistic. So find a medical team that sees you, hears you, and works with you. If you feel this team doesn't feel right, find another one. Until you feel held. Until you feel heard. Until you feel you've got a team with you. Because this this is going to be your home for a while. You need to go to a place where you feel home. When you're in your hardest moments, in your weakest moments, you need to be treated like a person, not like a number, not like a statistic. So fight for the right team, and God will provide. So what I came to realize is waiting doesn't mean something bad has happened or is happening. Because when you're starting this journey, you're like, why is it taking so long? And you think, oh, maybe things are so bad. It simply means you don't know yet. And there's a difference. This part feels long, it feels heavy, but it's not forever. But soon enough, there'll be a plan. And when that plan comes, you will feel the shift. So if you're here, you're in the waiting, just come sit with me. You don't have to rush this. You don't have to figure everything out today. Just take it one step at a time. And I'm right here with you to wait with you. And we will get through this part together. Until next time, there's always a seat right here for you, right next to me. I hope this episode helped you in some small way today. And if it did, please share with a friend who needs to hear this, or maybe needs a soft place to land. And if you feel ready, please leave a written review for the podcast. I'd truly love to hear from you and to know that this show is supporting you in your journey. This space, it's not just mine, it is ours. So now go take a breath, maybe reheat that tea one more time, and I'll meet you back here for the next episode. Ciao.